People deluded. Arsenal's under-18s beat Norwich's under-18s 6 goals to 2. Arsenal 6, Norwich 2. And for someone who likes watching our young players, I mean, yeah, man, it's a joy to watch them. It's a joy to watch them. I don't know how far these players are going to go. Many factors rely on that, but it's a joy to watch them, and they're all testament to Arsenal. I guess they're so good the win had to make noise. But going into this game, they're trying to win this league. They've been on a good run. Confidence is up. Players like Matt Smith is starring and everything's there. Coyle, Tyrese, John Jules, obviously mainly playing at under-23 levels. Under-23 level were called upon today. And obviously there was Greenwood and the rest of them. Oh, man, I really like how our under-18 start, man. It was a good, fast start. Throughout the whole first half, throughout the whole game, we didn't really let them out of their half. We kept them camped in. They had no ideas. We really just swarming on them like some bees, to be fair with you. 45 seconds in, Balogun could have scored. We sliced open their defence, and we did that numerous times. Obviously, Balogun, the game's just started. He's still a bit fresh and things like that. But literally 2 minutes into the game, you give him one chance, he misses. He's not missing again. 2 minutes in or something like that, it's a quick free kick from Smith. Eventually, it falls to John Jules. John Jules, who scored and got about 2, maybe even 3 assists today, if I can remember correctly, slides in Balogun. Like I said, the man is clinical. You've seen all the stats. He gets his first goal of the day, to be fair with you, and with his second opportunity. But we had around 20, 30 shots, in my opinion, in that game. We really could have. I felt the ref could have given us a lot of penalties. I feel we definitely could have scored more. We really could have scored 20, to be fair with you. And to be fair, it was an enjoyable game to watch, and it must have been for these players an enjoyable game to play in. After we scored our first, Smith fired wide. McGuinness just missed the target from a corner as well. 7th minute. Coyle fired just wide as well, so it felt like a case of when, not if, we was going to score more. It felt like there was goals in this game. I was liking Coyle on the left hand side. John Jules is dropping inside into the midfield and doing a lot of good stuff. Balogun's making good runs and working the channels. Cotterill and Smith, you know how they are, 2 underrated prospects doing their thing in the engine room, and we look up for it. That being said, there were some incidences in the first half where most keepers would switch off. I felt Okonkwo was very equal to everything that was asked of him, especially there was one he had to come off his line and deal with. But other than that, you're thinking we need to really grab more, to be fair. 10th minute, Coyle and Balogun are linking up. There's just too much on the play. Like I said, man, there's several incidences where Coyle, John Jules, Balogun, they're all linking up, interchanging movement. Greenwood, for me, was better in the second half than the first half, but he's doing the same. We really looked up for it, man. 16th minute or so, Smith had an effort cleared off the line to deny him the chance to make it 2-2. First 15, we're breaking them at will. We're breaking open at will, like I said. We're playing some good stuff. They can't get close to us. Essentially, they're chasing shadows. And again, it looks like we're going to score more. They can't handle the sustained pressure. We're really doing our thing again at this level. And then what? It's 2-0. Again, it's a pass with 3 moves, essentially. Smith won the ball back. Balogun got his second, and I believe, I can't even remember if it was Coyle or John Jules, but either way, it's 2 goals. It's 2 goals for Balogun, and we're 2-0 up. 20th minute, I felt Coyle had an opportunity to score, just missed. I already mentioned the opportunity where Arthur had to be quick off his line. If I can remember correctly as well, Greenwood, forgive me if I'm wrong, was brought down. So many things happened in that game, it's hard to remember, especially when I'm writing my notes. Greenwood was brought down, John Jules stepped up to take the penalty, and obviously, you know how he is, man. He's a boss at this level. I've got a lot of time for Tyrese John Jules, man. Slaps in the penalty, he's got his goal. It's 3-0 at this moment in time. We deserve that. We've many a times at first team level, I've said that we've started well, we haven't scored. They have. It's 3-0, but it really should have been double, to be fair. Like I said, it's an enjoyable game because everybody's getting opportunities. A lovely run as well from Greenwood in the 30th minute, and it just fired wide. Balogun shortly followed up and hit wide as well. Like I said, it's an enjoyable clash. We made it 4-0 before the end as well, quite a bit before the end. Balogun, the move more or less started with Norwich players getting caught on the ball, and it ended with Balogun grabbing another goal, to be fair with you, and that's it. I did feel in the 35th minute we could have had another penalty. Like I said, on several occasions I felt we could have had penalties. If I can remember correctly, in the second half, we'll get to it, but Balogun's actually booked for a dive, and first time around it didn't look like a dive. It was a lovely move, and it genuinely looked like he was brought down. But either way, man, it's 4-0 going into half time. Like, it's a good effort. We're unlucky not to score anymore. twice. We're doing twice the amount of running, in my opinion, than Norwich is doing. They just can't get at us. We're faster, we're stronger, we're sharper in our passes. Our players are up for it. We're just doing our thing. Our attacking players like Coyle and John Jules, like I said, Balogun, they're up for it. They've all got on. Well, eventually they all got on the score sheet. It's 4-0 at half time, to be fair with you. Like I said, Norwich aren't really troubling us, and when they are, we're equal to it. We're good for it. That being said, when it is a scoreline like this, complacency does creep into your game, and shortly after half-time, second half, we made it 4-1, and that's probably the one error you can probably say is that we should have really got a clean sheet today. 2 cheap goals given away, really and truly. It's 4-1. Harry Clark scores an own goal, unfortunately. It's 4-1 at this moment in time. The good news is that, if I can remember correctly, we then made it 5-1 shortly after. Balogun, lovely bit of play down the right-hand side to lay it on a plate for Greenwood. He slots in. No, Coyle did that. Coyle, if I can remember, this is why I hate when we score bare. I love it, but I hate it because I'm getting mixed up now. It became 5-1 when I think Greenwood was part of the move. That's why I got confused. Balogun's done his dirt down the right-hand side, and he's put in a lovely ball, and Thingy Coyle's done the rest, and Coyle deserves his goal. Like I said, all of them were good for their goals. So it's 5-1 at this point. Shortly after, it becomes 6-1. Greenwood gets on the score sheet, and what can I say? Tyrese John Jules has about 2-3 assists. Balogun, I'm sure, has one. Coyle's definitely got one to go with his goal. Greenwood's come alive in the second half for me. I did think he played well in the first, but I did feel he was a bit within himself. He's come to the fore and he's getting nice little touches. He's linking up well with players. It's 6-1 at this moment in time, and as you would expect, if I was the opposition, you'd be quite angry. Shortly in the second half, well, probably the last 20, there was an incident between Matthew Dennis and what's my man's name? Is it Barkinley or something? The Norwich lad. It's handbags. I think initially it was either a free kick or a corner. It was hard to make out actually what was happening, because first everybody's marking, and then I'm seeing shirts being pulled and stuff. Obviously Norwich, you're trying to be professional footballers, you have to deal with shameful defeats, and I don't mind seeing a bit of that, man. It's a bit of passion. I like that, man. I like that. It means a lot at this level to these players, man. They're rattled. Norwich are rattled at this moment in time, and we're doing what we can. Like I said, I did feel we took our foot off the gas a bit in the second half, as you'd expect. We're getting tired. The scoreline is comfy. There's been changes, but I did feel we could have scored a couple more. We did have some good chances, even when Norwich got their second, especially towards the end. We could have scored some others. Norwich got a penalty in the 85th minute. I don't think it was a penalty. Obviously, I'm going to sound biased, but there was several penalty shouts that I felt Arsenal could have had on top of the one we already had. And this one, I felt it was harsh on McGuinness. Again, I'd love to see it again, but their number 10, I forgot his name, is a Scotland international. He glides past, he kind of gets past McGuinness. Maybe McGuinness is a bit naive. It did look like his leg was trailing, but he's bought the penalty. It's not a penalty at all. It's not even a free kick if it's outside the area. The ref's giving it. These are things we're gonna have to cope with. He slots it. It's 6-2, and like I said, man, for as great as the performance was, it was. Probably want to keep a clean sheet if I was one of the defenders or whatnot. What can I say? Man to a man, we did what we could, man. We did what we had to do, to be fair. It's crazy because I think we've actually scored. I've seen us score less at this level and played to a higher application. And what I mean by that is I'm not saying the intensity wasn't there. I just feel like we didn't. I wouldn't say we didn't break a sweat, but we did. It looked like we didn't have to break a sweat. Like I said, man, some of the players, the majority of these players, the attacking options that started, they're mainly in under 23 level. Apart from Balogun, who's trying to push in there, so they're obviously going to be sharper. We know Tyrese is making his way back to full fitness. It's nice to see him scoring and assisting and things like that. Obviously, it's nice to see Balogun and Coyle doing the same. It's nice to see a good performance from Cotterill and Matt Smith again, 2 underrated prospects. We're trying to win the league, and again, it's another week where I'm happy to report that we've won convincingly, and man to a man, we played well, and actually, we didn't score from a set piece, but it's nice to see us actually, the under-18s, it looks like they're really working on set pieces and trying to do things with it. First team level, when I review the games, you'll always hear me make a point of saying Unai Emery's improved us offensively and defensively from set piece situations, so it's nice to see the effect at first team. I mean, at under-18s all the way to first team. We had 22 shots in total, people, so we peppered them. We could have really had some more, but it is what it is. We're trying to win the league. We've handled business. We've got rid of Norwich, and yeah, I'll be here to report the next games at under-18s or 23 levels if I have the time to. So, people, Deluded. I'm out. Arsenal 6, Norwich 2. I'm out.